So if you're one of them people who spend your entire life dedicated to the cause of growing out your dreadlocks, congratulations, you played yourself.
So make a day your body like time. We are going to buy your side, cause 10 times when I know get to speak up. You live by my side, oh na 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 na.
Okay, I'm only kidding, but I would be lying if I didn't say that you could save your retwist money and get some faux locks. Like, I'm so blown away at how realistic these turned out to be. Like, I was afraid that, you know, like how some of the faux locks kind of look shiny and just not what's meant to be. So I got these done here in Greensboro by Faux Locs by Key. I'll leave her information below. And she was super fast. Yeah, super fast. And that's what I was concerned about as well. Like, I was like, okay, I know I want them to be pretty small, so I didn't want to be in the chair for hours. But then I saw in her bio it was like only takes 3 hours. So I was like, okay, let me see what this girl really about. So I went there. She started at about like 9:40, 9:45, and I was done by shortly after 11:30. So I was just blown away by that. Like, super fast and super neat. They were super tight as well, which I love, because I know I wanted to keep them in for a while, and I plan on keeping them in for a while. And so I was glad about that. I used 10 packs of hair, the Femi Marley hair, Femi collection Marley hair. She told me to buy 12 packs, but we only needed 10. And yeah, so I plan on using the other 2 packs to get my hair retwisted, which she recommended I do at least once a month. These were about, I think, like $5.99 in a beauty supply store each, which I thought was a bit expensive, to tell you the truth. You know, when you have synthetic hair, you know, you have braids, you kind of think like, oh, okay, this could be like a little inexpensive hairdo. No, these were, so it came up to about what, $80 for the 12 packs? I think that's right, not sure. And then I paid $165 to get them in, which honestly I'm happy with them, so I don't really mind. I'm really happy with how they came out, and like I said, I plan on keeping them in for a while, at least until around the Christmas time. So I'm okay with that. Whatever. Living above my means. But yeah, so for the past week, what I would say though is that I'm surprised also at how quickly a few of the dreads like began to fag. And she did warn me about that. Like, she told me that, you know, anytime you lay down, make sure you put on some sort of satin cap because they fag quickly, you know, it's synthetic hair. But the first day I couldn't really put on my satin cap because they were so tight. Like, I couldn't lift them up. No, it was too much. So what I did was I went out and I bought this thing here. It's called a Braid Bonnet, and $3.99. Again, more expensive than I thought, but okay. It was it didn't help at all, because I thought when I saw this picture, like, what do you think when you see this picture? Like, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like a hair tie wrap thing where I can just lay with them out and not have to put my hair up. But no, this thing is enclosed at the bottom, and so you have to physically lift the locks into the bottom part of it, and it's like, I don't know what you call it, like almost like a basket to hold them up, and that like defeated the purpose for me because I wanted to not put them up because it hurts so badly. So what I did was I cut along the middle seam of it, if you can see. So I cut along the middle seam, like, you know, taking out that whole basket mess, and that allowed me to, like, you know, put it on and then wrap around the entire thing. I don't want to mess up my edges, so not gonna do it right now, but like I was able to wrap it around and still have my hair out without, have it covered without putting it up. And so now that they're a bit looser, I still put that on the front, and then I put my satin cap onto the back so that the edges can also be covered, because they were beginning to fag. Like it was ridiculous. So I put that on, and then I would secure it with like a scrunchie or some sort of like headband so that it'll stay in place throughout the night. And so that's been working for me for now. I think I need to figure out some other method to make sure that they stay pretty groomed for the period of time that I want to have them in. But besides that, for the fagging that I just can't avoid, she recommended that I get a lighter to burn the fags off and then kind of like rub them in so that they can kind of get as close to what they were when I first got them done. So what I would do is, let me find a good one. This one's pretty like faggy, if you can see that. Those fags on the side there. So what I would do is get the lighter and just go along the edges like that. And then I would rub it in. Oh, it smells awful. Rub it in, and then the fags would kind of lay down. And so whenever I see one that's kind of getting like out of control, I would just do the lighter thing, rub it in, and then go about my way. And so another thing I liked about the way she did it was that she kept a lot of my like edges out. When I first got them done, your girl's edges were laid, okay? Laid. Like she did some sort of like, not really finger wave, but she used a comb and some edge control, and she kind of like slicked them down, and it was super pretty. And I'm not too, you know, professional with the whole hair thing, so I've tried to mimic that, and it's been like a fail, but I still like that I have that room to and that choice to kind of, you know, add some sort of edge control, so like, you know, it kind of brings it back to life and it looks really groomed and pretty. And so I've just been using the Argan Oil Perfect Edges. Argan Oil Perfect Edges. My favorite edge control. It doesn't leave that white that you kind of get with the olive oil edge control and a lot of other edge controls. It goes on pretty clear, and you know, it's easy to manipulate. It's not too hard, and you still get that pretty like slick back, flawless, won't he do it kind of look. And so yeah, like I said, I really love them. I want to keep them in for as long as possible while before Christmas break, or not break, but Christmas. And what else would I say about these? Oh, I'm probably gonna do a video eventually about how I intend to style my faux locks, but I can't do it right now, child. Like, they are still too tight, and I have a feeling my future husband is gonna be a fan of edges, and so I ain't really trying to mess up my marriage like that. Not yet. No, like, your girl trying to keep her edges intact for as long as possible. So that being said, I'm gonna do that video, or like start styling them in about a week or two. Like, it's not, for me, it's not worth it. I'm sorry, it's just not. Like, your edges are important. Edges matter, okay? Edges matter. So yeah, so like I said, I'll leave the information for the girl. If you're in the North Carolina area, she travels a lot. I think she goes to New York sometimes, Atlanta, Florida. And so you hit her up, figure out her schedule. She's a good person, I would say, to go to. Like I said, it was quick. It wasn't painless. I wouldn't say it was painless, because, you know, if you wanted to be quick, she was, you know, really working on it, pulling on the hair. But if you're not tender-headed, she's the perfect person to go to. And I'm sure even if you are tender-headed, because she asked me like, oh, you know, are you tender-headed at the beginning? So I'm sure she has some sort of method by now to deal with, you know, the tender-headed folk. So yeah, I think she's an awesome person to go to. Reasonable price for the size, for the length. Mine are like right under my boob. And yeah, I love them. Get you some faux locks, honey. And stay tuned for the video where I style them. I'm really looking forward to that. Seeing what they can do. I think they're pretty versatile, and I like, you know, just being flawless. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
So make a day your body like split time. We are gonna day by your side, cause 10 times when I know get to sneaker. You dey by my side, oh na na na.